Today on Pots and Trowels we're planting cabbages and sowing carrots, and that's brought to you with the support of Cobra Garden, Darlac and Mr Fothergill's. Hello and welcome to Pots and Trowels. Another lovely day to be out. So we're in Dennis's veg plot again, doing a bit more planting and sowing. It was great to see so many Pots and Trowels fans last week that came to see me up at the Harrogate Spring Flower Show where I was doing talks. And if you're at a bit of a loose end this weekend, you can join me and Jill and Jonathan Mosley. We're going to be at RHS Harlow Car, which is Saturday the 30th of April and Sunday the 1st of May. And we'll be doing talks and demonstrations, and Jill will be doing a cookery demonstration as well in our potting shed stage area. So if you're up there, come and see us. But back to work in hand. We're going to be planting some cabbages, and this is the brassica bed this year. It's on a rotation. It was there last year and we're gradually moving down a plot at a time. So what we've done with this in preparation is a couple of months ago I limed it with garden lime quite heavily, because all brassicas, cabbages, Brussels, cauliflowers, etc., all like an alkaline soil. It helps them grow well, but it also helps to deter clubroot, which is a fungal disease. Now, if you haven't done that, there is still time to do it. I know some people do it as they're planting and it doesn't seem to have any adverse effect on the planting at all, but I like to do it if I can beforehand, but you can. The other thing that they need is really firm soil. We don't want light, fluffy soil like this where I've cultivated it. So I've put the string line down, and what I'm going to do is along the row, I am firming it really hard using the heels of my boots. And you can see there I'm sinking into the ground. So I want it to be quite hard, and it should be when you plant your cabbages. You've got to put a bit of effort into the planting. If they go into really light, fluffy soil, then the roots just don't get going as well. And you'll get better quality cabbages. You'll get nice, tight heads. And then I'm just going to take out my footprints and we're ready to plant. So firm soil, bit of lime in there. We'll just get it in the perfect condition for planting. And I'll do that over all of it. And of course, as I work backwards, I'm actually firming it as I go anyway. So nice tight string line. And what we're going to plant here is a fast growing summer variety. It's one of the hispy type. This is one of the sweetheart cabbages that have these lovely points, really lovely through the summer, and they're fast growing. So this is going to be one of the first things we harvest out of this bed. There's going to be all the others going in there, the Brussels, kales, etc., in a month or two's time. So these are all grown in modules. They've got a lovely strong root system like that, so there's no transplanting shock. So I'm just going to put them out. Now these aren't big, so I can get away with these at about sort of 12 to 14 inches. Obviously if they're the big winter cabbages, we'd probably allow just a little bit more space between them. And if you're not sure about the spacings, use a tape or one of the planting sticks that you can get that's got some graduations on. But with experience, you just sort of put them down and get a feel for them. So I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 is going to be enough across there. And then the planting. Now, if I swap that one over, we can see here from where it was growing in the compost here, we've got quite a big gap. And if we plant it at that level, that is going to blow around and we're going to have a big stalk above ground level. So a little tip with any type of brassica is to plant them deeper, plant them up to that first leaf, and what they will do is produce more roots from this stem that you've buried underground, so you get a stronger plant, and again then it will grow much better. So the ground, as you can see, I've firmed it, so I'm having to stab into it, dig in my hole, and if Jill can just get the camera in there, little weed there that I missed, and that's going to be in deeper. So you can see now it's deeper, the root ball is quite deep. Push some soil around and then give it a really, really good firm. I'm putting the weight on there so that if I grab a leaf, I can't pull it out, the leaf will snap, and that's what it needs to be, firm like that, level around it. And then we do that along the row until they're all planted nice and firm. And then I'll show you what to do with them once we've finished. Okay, Okay, so just finish off, take out your footprints. I hate to see footprints all over the bed. And then what we're going to do is give these a drink. The soil is quite moist, but they do benefit from a soaking just around the roots, and that will soak down and encourage some nice healthy growth. So I would water all along the row like that. It's better to do it like this than it is with a rose on it, and allow it to soak down. And the final thing is cabbages are a great favourite of pigeons, and we've got a lot of wood pigeons around here. So what I'm going to do once I've watered them all is push these wire frames in like that, just so that the pigeons can't get to them. And I'll leave them like this until they grow, and then in about a month or so's time, when they're growing, we'll put the butterfly nets on. But this way I can watch them and make sure they establish. So I'm going to finish this off, and then we'll go and sow some carrots. Just to finish off, I'm just going to sow a couple of rows of carrots. Carrots like a fine soil, well-drained soil. So if you've got lots of clay soils, it's perhaps as well to grow them either in large containers or raised beds. But this is a well-drained soil, and what we need to do is to get a fine crumbly tilth on the surface. So use a rake for this, not a fork. Any big stones we'd take out, and we're just getting that nice seed bed, which will make it much easier to produce the drill and then to sow the seeds. So sow that like that. I've already put my canes in, so that these are the 2 rows we're going to sow, and I've already taken out one of the drills here like this. And the way I prefer to do it is to do it with a trowel and a straight edge. It's much easier, I find, than a string line. So I'm going to show you how to do it on this one here. So I'm going to move the planting board back in line with my 2 canes, which are the markers. So that's in contact, and then just using a trowel, you just use it and draw it along. You get a really straight, look, a weed, who missed that? You get a really straight row, because if you do it against the planting line, string line, it's quite difficult to get it straight, and you can just work your way down there. And these are only annual weeds that just got cultivated in. And then you can see we've got that nice, neat, shallow drill, which is about 3/4 of an inch deep. And a little tip, this soil is nice and moist, but should your soil be dry, then, which that one's drying out just there, you can just use a watering can and just very carefully water along the base like that. And that will soak down, and it means you've got a nice moist base to that drill, so that when you sow your seeds on it, they're going to be in contact with moist soil. Because the worst thing that can happen is we sow our seeds and then it suddenly turns very dry and they don't germinate because the top inch or so of soil dries out. So that just means they're going to get off to a really good start. So I'm going to sow that row over there first. So what I'm going to do is put my board back down. I can put my knee on that, because then I'm not going to leave footprints. I'm going to sow a couple of types in here. One is Amsterdam Forcing, which is a fast growing one. And you can basically sow these from February right the way till July, because you take these as baby carrots. So they're going to be great for fast growing. And then I'm sowing another one called Nerak, which is a hybrid, and a main crop. So that one we'll harvest late summer, early autumn time, and it's a bigger carrot for storing. Now with carrots, the secret is sow as thinly as we can without dropping them. So I'm going to put them onto my hand. You can see they're not that big, the carrot, and we want them very thinly. And the good thing about watering is you can actually see them better. So I'm just going to get a little pinch and literally sprinkle them very thinly along that row. And I'm not sure whether you'll be able to see that, but hopefully you'll see that they've just dropped onto that moist compost. What we don't want to do is too thick, partly because we're going to have to then thin them out, so they're going to be wasted. But it also, thinning out process means you are handling the plant and it gives off the scent that attracts the carrot root fly. And we don't want carrot root fly at all. There are varieties that have got a good resistance. This one isn't one of them, unfortunately. So what I will be doing with these, as soon as they're sown, we're going to cover them over with a frame with insect-proof netting on, and that will prevent any insects getting to them at all. So nice and thinly. The temptation is to go mad, and we can get probably 3 rows of this length out of 1 packet of seed. Spare seeds go back in there. Like that. Fold it over so they don't spill, and then we can sow those at a later date. And then all we do to finish off is to get your garden rake again, and then we've just got to pull a little bit of soil. You could do it by hand if you wanted. If you don't want to do it, you could just literally pull some soil over like that. So we've got that sort of 1/2 inch of fine soil over the top. I like to use a rake, so I'm just very carefully pulling that fine soil. If you make sure that the teeth go in the direction of the drill, not across it like that, because you're going to move the seeds. If you do it that way, it's always going to keep them in that straight line all the way to the end. And then just very lightly turn your rake over and just a gentle tamp. Make sure that the soil is in contact with our carrot seed, and because we've got moist conditions below there, they will be fine. And this time of the year, we'd expect those carrots to germinate in about 10 days to 14 days. We see those little shoots emerging in the leaves, and as I said, we can carry on sowing carrots right the way through till June, July, and still get a crop this autumn. So happy sowing. Well, thank you for watching Pots and Trowels. Remember, all our videos you can find on YouTube and on Facebook. Next time, we're going to be out in the garden looking at the lawn and giving it a feed to make it look green and healthy for the rest of the summer. We'll see you then. Bye.